Alright, so before I start rambling on, right, um, a lot of this is actually fueled by what I thought, but if it applies to you, good for you. That's why I'm posting it public because, you know what, I'm kind of, uh, underestimating, the people's attitude towards this, quote, new situation that's been going on for quite some time, and it doesn't really affect me too badly, but I understand that, some people might be having, like, the worst of times right now. And you know what? If anything, you're gonna get used to it. I don't think we're ever gonna go back to face learning, ever. I think that, once schools realize that this is actually more cost effective than, actually putting students in a physical space that isn't, you know, owned by the school, that it might actually be easier to do that. So that's kind of my understanding of the future as of right now. Like, this is the way it's gonna be, like, forever. Look, dude, we both knew that you couldn't dodge online classes forever, and we also both knew that you weren't gonna dodge classes like sorry, sir, my connection is busted. We both knew you weren't gonna do that, but like, this is the way it's gonna be. This is the way that you have to live now. And you know what? I'm not taking you for the kind of type that would look for motivation. I know that you're the type of one. I know that you're the type to just talk to yourself, deal with it in your own head. But this is in the worst case scenario that maybe online school, whatever's going on right now, maybe it broke you. But I don't think that's gonna happen, but it might, because we don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what happened to you that made you come back to watch yourself talk about motivation. But look, man, this is the way it is. Alright? This is the way it's gonna be probably forever. And you know what? You have to deal with it. Because you and I both know we can deal with things. But we have to be adaptable. That's the way that we've lived all our lives. You and I, we know that when shit gets tough, you roll with the punches, you get tougher, you move on, be smart about it. You know what I mean, because you're me. But, look, when you were a kid, or I remember that when we were kids, we both thought we had our mom's or our sister's computer, remember? And we would say, why do I still have to go to school when I have the internet to give me all the knowledge that I need? And you know what? In a way, now we have that. You and I have that now. You and I have YouTube that responds to us, answers our questions, because you and I both know we tried to look up the curriculum on Google, but it didn't give us any answers because we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We didn't know what half the words meant, and then we gave up and looked up boobs. But we both know this. We both know what we were thinking. Why? And now that we have that, and you know what, it may be a little bit harder. Maybe you figured it out by now, but I know for sure that I haven't. And if you know what, if we never figure it out, hey, that's the way that we live. We roll with it. We keep going. You and I both know that. But, and you know what? We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We'll figure it out eventually, And if it never gets any easier, and if it gets more muggy, if it gets more complicated as time goes on, you know, it, we're gonna figure it out eventually. And if we never do, tough shit. But, and look, that sounds like, it sounds like a bummer, but I'm trying to think of something. I can't really. I'm gonna pause. You and I, we've lived our life in confusion. Fuck, we've lived life like chickens that had their heads cut off. Remember this. We've just run around, you know? We've just run around, did what we had to. Someone told us something, we went and did it. You know, we just run around, and if we ran through the right door, good for us. We get lucky. We both know this, but yeah. What I'm trying to say is, even though we're confused, we're gonna make it. You're gonna make it, and like, we both know that even, because we both need even to finish this. We need to finish school. We have to. Not for pride, for our values. We need to show that our values actually work. We need to finish this. We need to get it done. And even if it doesn't work out, we know that we can try again, because we can go under a different name or something. We can do something. If we don't get it the first time, we can go back a couple more times and we'll get it done eventually. But even if we don't finish that, worst case scenario, because I know that we're gonna get through it. But even if we don't, we know that there are ways to make it, even though that doesn't work. And you know what? You and I, okay, and whoever the else is watching this video, it doesn't matter, but you and I, okay, me and future self, that sounded cringe as fuck. But anyway, you and I, right, we know that there are ways to make it if we don't make it through this. We know. And if you're not me, or, yeah, if you're not me, you're wondering, Goji, what do you mean by that? And there are ways to, you know, live life without school, but it's way harder and it's way easier to just have school done, get your paper, go off. You have way more options, way more better options. Like, you see, this is a broomstick. If I have to hold something like this the entire rest of my life because I didn't finish that, I'm gonna feel like a dumbass. But I'll live. We'll live. So in other words, no matter what happens, we're gonna be alright. We're gonna be fine. But we should figure that out. It's not really motivation, I'm just reminding you. Figure that out. And if you don't know what I'm pointing at the little computer on my bed. You better figure that shit out.